Hey friends, Charlie B here, headed to work. As always, this is my Friday, and I was just thinking as I was getting in the truck, just some things that Jesus had said. And he was talking about the last days, the days before the coming of Christ. He said in the last days, men, speaking of man and woman, they would be lovers of themselves more than lovers of God. And it reminded me a lot of this. A lot of the things that we read today, a lot of the things that we hear today is about self-love. Have you ever noticed that? A lot of things are about self-love, self-care, self-awareness. But you don't hardly hear that much anymore about the love of God. And there's a word in the Bible. It's not in the Bible, but it is, because it's a word taken from the Greek called agape. And agape love is a high love. It's really the love that Christ uses to love us. But I wonder, is it capable? Are we capable of showing that same kind of love toward other people? It would be an absence of self to show that kind of love toward people. And I have seen a lot of people with that kind of love. So I do believe it's true. I've seen people that really care about other individuals that they're around. And the Apostle Paul had made a statement. And, then, and as even now, there was people that didn't eat meat. And the Apostle Paul said, if it offended your brother that you eat meat, just don't eat it around him. In other words, you had to take the self out of your relationship with other people. But see, we tend to do things different these days. These days, what we do is say, hey, if you don't like me eating meat, then you need to hit the door, bud. Know what I'm saying, bud? Hit the door, bud. That's enough of that. But anyways, that's what I'm getting at. Because we live in a society where we was always taught to take care of ourselves. Did you know a lot of things that has to do with self contains selfishness, greed, the ability to only care about yourself and not others? Did you know there's reasons why marriages do not work? There's reasons why friendships do not exist. There's so many different reasons why co-workers can't get along. And it has a lot to do with selfishness. I myself sometimes struggle with the same thing. I don't want to be selfish. But if you're not aware of selfishness, more than likely selfishness already has its place in you. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of times we don't notice things that we are. For some reason, I wish I knew. I wish there was a mirror that we could use that would show us who we truly are. Because we get so deceived, we deceive ourselves. But that's the awesome thing about the Holy Spirit. If it's working inside of you, if the awareness is there, then selfishness begins to take its place where it belongs. Now, I've heard a lot of people say, and some people get upset about me even saying this, but even My dad would always say, charity, it starts at home. And I do believe that to an extent, to where you take care of your family first. And then you take care and help others as you can. But what if everybody took care of everybody? Then there'd be another problem. Some people would never take care of themselves and depend on everybody to take care of them. So this is part of the sin nature. And we all go through times to where we're like this. But that's what I wanted to bring to you today. Ask yourself how selfish you are. That kind of sounded crazy, didn't it? Excuse me, self. How selfish are you? And then self says, I'm not selfish at all. Because when it pertains to you, sometimes, honestly, you really don't care what anybody else thinks. And that, my friends, is selfish. I'm the working man's preacher. Check out my website, straightcrookedliving.com, my YouTube channel, Straight Crooked Living. And that's the word for the day. Hope you have a blessed, just God-sent afternoon. May the Lord bless you always, and His peace rest upon you. For me, it's time to go to this warehouse and put it in. Have a good one, guys.